So here we go. It's Friday, the 8th of May. It's a bank holiday. And I'm going to glue my first plank together. I'm going to focus on the bottom plank today. Just see if I can learn any little techniques that will make the other planks go easier. And got everything sorted. I'll show you that in a second. Here's my workspace. Yesterday I spent most of the day putting this gazebo up. I don't know if it's going to last because it's rather flimsy. I've got my resin station over here. Bits and pieces that I'll need. One thing I'm not sure of is the use of polythene. I've got some rubble sacks and bin liners that I'm going to use, so I'll see if they work or not. The other thing that I'm not in stock with are disposable gloves. I've got some on the way, but I think they'll only arrive on my birthday, 21st of May. So I'm not sure what I'll do in the meantime, but see what I can do. Right, signing out. So the first operation is done. Glued the two pieces of the floorboard together, the bottom board. A little post-mortem. Pretty stressful. Not really being sure how long I should wait for the neat epoxy to soak into the end grain before putting the epoxy mixed with Seal. A little bit worried about the boards not being 100% flat and level, so shifting my weight from the one board off that board while I was applying the glue, I noticed the joint was kind of moving up and down a little bit. Anyway, I moved some things, lifted the bow to try and get the fingers to sit down a bit more, and eventually I was fairly happy that they looked good. Then, of course, using these bin liners in place of polythene, we'll have to see tomorrow morning if that works. What else? So in the event, I applied the neat epoxy to the end grain. I ran a hot hairdryer over them, as per Sally's advice, but I don't know if I did it long enough. I literally just went up and down once or twice, maybe. And then I waited 20 minutes, half an hour, and I made the Seal mix and kind of used a bit of wood to coat one side of the plank, the end grain, and then brought the bow piece, put it in, and used a spatula to kind of fill in from the top till I saw no air bubbles, until it all looked set. Cleaned it up a little bit with the spatula, then put the glass tape on, mixed some fresh epoxy and saturated the glass tape. Then put the polythene on top and moved a board that I have with 8 bricks over the actual join as a kind of clamp down. So I'm hoping that where that join is, those finger pieces, which are probably about 8 to 10 centimeters long, that will be flush, but time will tell, and I guess tomorrow morning it should be set enough for me to take the clamps off, so that's giving it about a 12, 14, 15, 16 hour cure or so. So we will see what the result is tomorrow. Probably took me an hour altogether to do that one join. So if it looks good tomorrow morning, I hope it looks good, because I don't know what I'll do with it if it doesn't. But all being well, tomorrow I'm going to glue the garboard planks together and probably pull out panel 1 and do that as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 joins. I should be able to fit them all onto the boards that I've got, because I think that's going to be the challenge, to get as flat as possible a surface on my decking, which is, it's a rustic structure, so not 100% probably, but we shall see. Otherwise, I guess it's just going to be a bit more sanding and fairing, but I want to try and avoid that, having learnt from the pram how much extra work that can be. So here's signing out on Friday afternoon. Probably won't do much more today. Fill in the log tonight and catch you next time. Cheers. The morning after the first glue, and it looks good. The surface of the resin on the tape is slightly wrinkled. I think that's because of the bin liners that I used, but I think that's a small problem. As I said yesterday, probably just means a bit more sanding, and maybe I will lay another strip of tape over the join. But I'm really thrilled that everything looks lined up and both planks kind of fit into each other flat, which is great. What else to say? I think all good. I've recycled some polythene bags from some seedlings I got from Delphlin Nursery, so I think that might give a flatter surface. So the plan today is to see how many planks I can glue together, and it's going to depend on my boards that I have on my decking to see how many I can fit side by side. Probably just get through the garboard strakes, both of them, and hopefully 2 more planks, but I'll see if they all fit. Okay, so otherwise all good. Keep going with the Petit Brise. Okay, so just having a catch up on the end of day 2 gluing. Only managed to get the 2 garboard strakes done because they've got quite a shear in them, and that's all that's actually fitted on my jig. So here are the 2 garboards. Same setup as yesterday, really. Success, but obviously I'll only get 1. Just been looking at the garboard strake planks. So before I started this morning, I thought maybe I'd get 2 extra planks alongside these garboard ones, but the shear in them is so big that I can't actually fit them all on the board. So I've got 3 more planks, 4 more, including the shear. And I reckon it's going to be another 2 sessions. The last 3 planks don't have much of a shear on them, so I could get them side by side. But plank 2 has quite a shear, so I'm going to go with plank 2 and the straightest of the probably the shear actually tomorrow. Big wind forecast for tomorrow, so going to see how the gazebo holds out tonight. Anyway, I've cut my huge 8 by 5 meter tarpaulin into 2 pieces. One piece big enough to wrap the long planks in and the spars eventually, but to cover the whole workspace in case it rains, because I think I need a backup for this gazebo. I took the sides out to put up this afternoon, and they are so flimsy. It's just not worth the hassle fighting them, trying to get them in shape. So no, I've coxed those. I mean, they could come in handy as tarpaulins, maybe. Yes, so that's pretty much it for the Petit Brise. So we're on, let's see, it's the 9th of May, Saturday. Tomorrow, the 10th of May, and then it's back to work for me. So I won't have long days, but actually the hours spent doing the gluing, it's not more than 2 hours altogether, setting it up and lining them up and doing the gluing. So I reckon definitely by Monday, end of the day Monday, I should have all of the planks glued up. And then I'm probably going to do a little bit of tending to them during the week. Yeah, who knows? See how the week goes. Might even set up the boat on the pedestals that I made and get wiring, but let's see. Okay, signing out. Check you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Sunday, the 10th of May. Bit of a grey day today, so quite different from the last few days of beautiful sunshine. And there's a bit of rain in the forecast, so I need to get going. It's 9:30 in the morning. I've laid out planks 3 and 4, pairs 3 and 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 joins to do today. And I want to get them done within the next hour or so, and then cover the whole lot with the tarpaulin in case it rains, and see how it goes. The garboard strakes came out fine. Still a bit of stippling on the underneath join and even on the tape, and I think, not sure why that's happening, but I think once I've got all the planks glued, I'll probably spend a day sanding them down and maybe putting some more tape over those joins, or I'll see how it goes. But otherwise, looking forward to getting this done. Speak to you later. Good afternoon. Tuesday afternoon. Beautiful sunny afternoon. Nice sun streaming through. It's been an okay day. Kind of mostly sunny. Odd cloud here and there. But on the whole, lovely sunny day. So after my BMI meetings this morning, I took the planks out and sanded them down from the first gluing. So that was a bit of a mission, but I used the random orbital really well and the little detailer for the epoxy that had leaked over on the sides, on the edges. But I got that done, and then I laid the planks out in kind of from the garboards out and chose a side, I guess, the inside, which I wanted to put the tape on. Cleaned that area all up, prepped the mixture, got all the stuff ready, and then dove in, and I've done it. It's finished. 16 strips of glass over 16 joins, so the hull planks have 16 joins in them. That's including the shear. Don't know, got nothing to compare it by, but yeah, it's kind of an hour's work probably, doing one prep, or maybe even more, one side, one step actually, and then the taping with the epoxy doesn't take long at all, just one after the other, bit finicky. I wasn't quite happy. I don't know if, I mean, the tape is recycled tape, so the edges are a bit frayed and all the strands get caught up in the resin, but otherwise that can be cleaned up. I mean, the tape's good. It's been sitting in a box for the last 3 years probably, so glad to use that up. And tomorrow I need to tend to those tape joins and clean them up. I'm not going to go overboard, but I want to clean them, square them, and then that's it. Planks are done. Next step will be laying up the bottom plank, checking that join, and then starting to plan the planking, the wiring together of the planking. So I guess, all being well, should hope to get to that by the weekend, and actually over the weekend, depends how it goes, I could do a lot of the planking. Bit of help needed, but get the boys' asses in gear and maybe one of them will help me. So now I'm relaxing, enjoying the sunshine. Much fresher feeling to the air than the last week, where it was more like nice and humid and close and a bit frayed at the edges. Odd nipple of a wind comes through every now and then, but it's beautiful. Right, I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to have a wander around the veg patch and maybe just a little wander further afield. Catch you later.